And as we get ready to enter for Juneteenth of 2025, we want to tell those people we should have been free way before that.
Oh yeah, Juneteenth. Yeah, that's right.
Keeping it a book.
Hmm.
But hey, as always, we appreciate you all tuning in to the Watch for the Hook Business and Entrepreneur Podcast on this great Watch for the Hook Wednesdays
It's Tatiana.
with Michael. Miss Parker, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm fine.
All right, so we're going to jump right into it. Today, we're going to talk about branding, why it's important, and that is the name of the game. I know a lot of people like branding. Like what
Brandon, like, what is he doing?
branding? So a lot of people like, so what does branding actually mean? So when you're looking into a branding, you're looking into being able to have something that draws attention. A lot of people don't even think about some of the biggest companies in the world, their names are actually different. Like Nike. You ain't heard of a Nike before you had a Nike,
Right.
but that brand is synonymous because of what was able to be pushed behind it. Reebok. It sounds weird.
It does. When you think about it, it really does. Now that you mention it, I'm like, what exactly is that?
Yeah,
But I would think that Brandon,
branding.
Brandon and Brandy,
Yeah, branding.
branding isn't like necessarily like 100% aligned with something that'll grab your attention, right?
Yeah,
I think it's to me, I view it more as what are you known for?
exactly.
Not necessarily what grabbed your attention, but what are you known? What are you recognized? How are you recognized?
Exactly. So remember, we went through brand development back in what, 2023?
Long time ago.
But brand development will go on as long as you own your company.
It should because it's like continuous quality improvement.
Exactly. And so, say for us on the Pearl side, watch for the hook. Watch for the hook. What does it actually stand for? Like, what is the meaning? Got the definition to you. As always, you can come by www.watchfor4thehook.com. Check out our latest apparel. Even in the definition to you, it tells you that what the hook actually is.
Right, right, right.
And the hook does not discriminate. And that's what we wanted to make sure that people understood when we're talking about being vigilant, staying true to the course, understanding that shit will happen to you.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
And it's not going to be fair. It's not going to be easy. But those people who persevere and fight through things, they end up being the people that are talked about.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're talking about. What does Watch for the Hook stand for? Watch for the Hook is standing for those who are empowered by going through adversity, getting up from their bootstraps, picking themselves up when life or situations from life have knocked them down. And then they keep moving forward. And so those are some of the brand ideas and the branding elements we use when we thought about launching Watch for the Hook.
Right. Exactly.
Like when we look at other companies, that are out there, a lot of time people just get a bunch of pump and circumstance off of them, then that may sell for them.
Yeah.
That
Be it a short time or a long time.
yeah. And sometimes when you look at it, you might be like, man, why didn't my idea catch?
Yeah.
Was it that the branding was off? Or maybe my concept people just couldn't grab.
Right. Sometimes concepts are too complex.
Exactly. And we've even learned that.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Even in designs. We've like, man, we've had some designs. We just like, man, we know, hey, this is fabulous. This is off the chain. It was too deep.
Yeah. Made sense to you, but for others, it may have flown over their head. I mean, that's one component of branding, right?
Hmm.
I think what kind of stands out to me is that you said, and I think you called it right, branding. Would you say that's the name of the game,
Yeah, the
or
name of the game.
it's the name of the game, right? my question to that is, or maybe my opinion, my foul opinion to that is, at what point in time is the term or the phrase branding used too loosely? Because people just be throwing out about they brand
I know,
now.
because I was one of them. Let's call a spade a spade.
And people, and I think that has a lot to do with like the whole NIL concept now. The person is the brand.
Oh, you going
The
into
person is the brand.
you going into the sports arena.
Well,
You jumping.
not necessarily. I told you it was an opinion, but it was a foul opinion.
Oh, no, be honest. I mean,
So you can have a brand and provide a service, right?
mhm,
You can have a brand and sell a product, right?
yeah.
You can have a brand and you are the brand.
All three of those things you said, you talking about yourself, girl.
And you know I am. You know I am. And then there is a lever that you can pull as far as the person being the brand. And it may be aligned to sports,
Yeah.
athletics, anything, motivational speaking, right?
Name, image, and likeness.
Right. But at what point in time do people just run out? Because I didn't see a lot of run out English.
Now, this what I'm gonna tell you. And you quote me. Remember when I tell you this? In the sports world, there are billionaires arguing every day with millionaires. The billionaires are the owners. The millionaires are their
Yeah.
employees. So when does the brand ever run out? Never.
But so let me take it a step further. When you talking about when does the brand run out? When does the brand start?
The brand starts when your vision has been deemed successful by society to me.
So can I just say, hey, I play volleyball
Hmm.
and now I have to protect my brand. Ain't nobody seen me play volleyball worth two dams. All I got is some backyard footage of me spiking the ball, and now I got a brand.
I mean, but do they have a physical brand? Like, do they have a name? So are you saying that their name is their
I
brand?
don't know. That's what I'm saying. I think there's some confusion on what a brand is. When do you start calling it a brand, and or are you just a parent making up shit?
So that is obviously $1 million question. And,
Answer it.
and so for me, I really don't know. So let's go back to just names.
Mhm.
Names are brand,
Mhm.
but not people's name.
Right.
But then people's names, but then go back to if you come by podcast money merch, you understand. If you did establish yourself as a trademark brand, so gonna put it out there. So Angel Reese the other day,
Oh
uh
God, not the me bound.
rebounds. But listen, as a person, you who have submitted to the USPTO
Mhm. Multiple times. Yeah.
to establish a trademark
Mhm.
as a business and as a brand. Because Angel Reese is a brand because her name has been trademarked too, if I'm not mistaken. It's genius because all it did was expand her brand.
So, but this is the thing, and I mean, if you want to file for every word or phrase that someone says to you, that's fine.
Yeah.
Steph Curry did it for night night.
Yep.
That's fine. Now, as the person who threw that out there at her in a very
Very negative way.
malicious manner, you know, they could probably argue that they were utilizing that first.
But remember what we learned. It's who's in the queue.
No.
For USPTO?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But if you have proof that you were using it before it was submitted to the queue, you can jump that.
So now and then
Which is what was happening with Housewives.
well, I mean, but remember, legal is always a slippery slope,
It
even more
is.
slippery.
It is.
So, like, even for that, what you were talking about, like I said, it's all falling under branded. Like, Y'all now see how the conversation has went like 8 ways on
Yeah,
branding.
yeah.
Anything damn near goes, and that's what you was just asking.
Mhm.
So when does the branding stop? And that's why I said really never.
But
Once you come up with something
when does it start?
with an
Because
idea, with an idea to implement,
it does, but I guess I'm getting more at the fact of I'm seeing younger and younger and younger kids be referenced as a brand. And it could be a brand as I got to protect my brand for this. I got to protect my brand for that. Do you have a brand?
you have a dollar attached to it.
No.
But they do.
How?
If they've established a brand, like you're saying these kids are young. So listen, these kids that are, let's just say, doing these social media things and getting this rise on social media.
See, but I'm telling you, what I'm seeing, they don't even have that much clout.
So you
You're
saying,
using I have to protect my brand as justification on anything as to why you don't wanna.
I mean, like I say, it almost goes to whomever these people are aligning themselves with. If there's something that has a dollar attached to it, they can call it a brand. I mean, it like I say, it's
But
a
they
free
don't have a
thing.
dollar attached to it.
But
You're in middle school.
even if you're associated with it, if you pay the fee to join the club, you've joined the brand.
But this is the thing. At what point in time does individual branding separate itself from some type of organizational branding? Because that's two different things. Because if you're partaking in something and it's not aligned to the organizational branding, then the branding you're speaking on is individual, but you ain't got shit branded. You are not a brand.
You saying you claiming some fame.
But you have no fame. But you touting my brand, my brand. What is your brand?
In their eyes, they have something that they're grasping.
But where is it established? So the never land
Hey, listen,
in the rain into the abyss.
what did I tell you about me and learn about the Watchful Hook as a brand? It's been a brand. Remember I had learned
Yeah,
check my ego at the door.
yeah.
So for those people, they have not checked their ego.
I don't even think they realize there's a door to walk through.
Check the ego.
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. But I can't be the judge of all.
No, because you bring
But
yourself right.
right, but I'm just sitting up here and I'm listening. I'm like, I see actual brands. I see brands. I see small brands. I see people working to establish a brand. Then I see people touting a brand and you literally have nothing. Like it's you. You don't have a single NIL deal.
Remember we talked about fake it till you make it.
But now sometimes it's just stupid. Now that was judgy.
But listen, how many people have
But
it?
at what point is enough enough?
That's what I'm saying.
At what point does it become intrusive,
That may
invasive?
that answer may never have that
Like,
question may never have an
at
answer.
what point do you draw the line where it's like, okay, you look and or you sound crazy? At what point?
That just may be a point from one perspective. There may be 20 other perspectives that say, go for it, keep going, keep going.
But it's not a brand.
I know, but it's an idea.
It's not a brand. But it's also not a product.
Is the person the product?
No. I mean, no, you can't. Now, hell, if you're selling a person, that's trafficking.
Well, you ain't selling them, but you selling that person. Like ambassadors to brands. Person is selling themselves.
Ambassadors are free.
They charge too.
Some of them, but most of the time, people go after brand ambassadors. Yeah, they will pay some fees, but for the most part, you're supposed to get the products free. But that's a product you're selling.
But the person on it is also you're using that clout or whatever.
That is a brand. And at that point in time, if you're getting paid, then yes, you have established yourself as a brand. But if you in middle school, I don't think It's a brand. Yeah.
I don't know because, like I say, so much stuff has changed in this
They
world.
just make shit up as they go.
And guess what? They changed the rules.
Yeah.
And when me and you were in school, there was no such thing as a transfer portal.
No, none of that.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
None of that.
Why did this all come
You gonna
about?
catch that bus that run past your house.
Why did it come about? Because these individuals are now brands and they are commodities to these universities or schools, and they are now trying to lure them to their place. So it's like now, oh, that can be something in middle school.
But if it's public and you ain't getting paid to do,
I'm
I'm
just
just trying to like connect the dots.
saying,
This is the epitome of what you say. Branding is everything.
Brandon is
It's the
everything.
epitome of branding is everything. And sometimes you should not try to brand everything, or maybe you shouldn't tout it so early. Sometimes it probably should be flushed down the toilet.
Well, listen, what do I say? There's no such thing as too much money. Or somebody trying to find
Money
well,
involved.
somebody trying to find a way to make money.
But you're not finna make no money.
Maybe not today.
Shit, tomorrow either.
You gotta try something.
Not in a public setting. You can't pay. I mean, you can't charge.
All money ain't made in private.
Listen, you being stupid.
No, I'm being
No, you're being with
honest.
the shit.
No, I'm being honest. Because it's only happening because it's allowed to happen.
But you can't disallow somebody to use a phrase.
No, I'm not talking about the
'Cause
phrase.
that's all it is words.
Yes.
It's literally words.
And people use words to draw influence, to draw money, to draw prestige,
Or
to
to
draw,
just make themselves feel better. That's more important than what they actually are.
yes, draw attention, all those things. So that's in the name of branding. It all runs.
It's whatever. I'm a $1 billion brand because I said so.
Oh, good. Let's get there, girl.
Well, no. You see, you can't say let's get there. I just said I'm a $1 billion brand because I said so. And in the world of brand everything and everybody can say what they want to say, then I just said what I wanted to say. I'm a $1 billion brand because I said so and you're not. Because that's what it's equating to. That's it.
$1 million branding over here at the Watch for the Hook Business and Entrepreneur Podcast.
Because I said so.
You heard it first. Miss Parker called it out. Did you hear her?
Because I said so.
She said, big bucks, no whammies over here. $1 billion branding. We telling you $1 billion worth of business.
Everybody else can make shit up. I can too.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You right, goddamn it. $1 billion worth of business over here. Do you hear us?
Oh my God, you're stupid.
Facts.
You really with the shits today.
Facts.
You don't have to.
No, branding is the name of
You
everything.
can make this shit up as you go.
Goddamn right.
Everybody a $1 billion brand.
$1 billion
Everybody.
business over here.
You get a $1 billion brand. You get a $1 billion brand. You are a $1 billion brand.
We worked as much as the Dallas Cowboys. 6.5 billion. Did you hear me? 6 point. Did you just short on the microphone?
I did. It's 6.5 billion.
Or 6.5 billion with the P.
But that's what it equates to. People are just making up.
All your goddamn shot then, girl. That's what they out here doing. They calling a motherfucking shot. All it.
People are just making up stuff.
Be a shot caller.
People are just making up stuff, and I think I'm tired of it. By the time that it is, so I'm sorry.
Big billions
Oh,
over here.
God, Michael.
Hey, as Miss Parker said, we're a $1 billion brand over here.
Big bucks, no whammies.
We'll catch y'all next time.